Have you taken the time to go back and think about why you started the thing you're doing right now? If not, at least if you haven't for a while, this episode might help. I'm Joe Polizzi, and you'll find out more in episode 465 of Content Inc. British comedian Jimmy Carr gave an amazing interview with Diary of a CEO host Stephen Bartlett a few months back. I'll put the link in the show notes because it's definitely worth a listen. Jimmy recalls a story of a very successful man, head of a business, a multimillionaire. The man was unhappy because he'd worked all the way through his son's childhood. He hadn't bonded with his son and built the kind of relationship he really wanted. He'd been away on business so long, I'm sure you know of or have heard of the type. The man went on to see a psychiatrist and vowed to give up his job. For 5 years, he said he was going to be at home with his kid. He's not going to do any work anymore. He's going to focus on his son. He decided to live in that moment. The man did it, and he was very happy, and that man had no regrets. That person was John Lennon, and that kid was Sean Lennon. Jimmy goes on to say that no matter how important you think your job is, you aren't John Lennon. I'm sure Lennon could have done great things in those 5 years, but look at the gift he created and gave to his son. John Lennon made the decision to give up everything to spend time with his family. Now, no one knows for sure, but I bet John Lennon doesn't regret that decision, especially after his life was tragically cut short a few years later. I bet Sean believes this was the right decision. Here's the point. He didn't put it off. Something didn't feel right. He was unhappy. He made the decision. He didn't say he'd do it in a year or after the next album or after the next tour. He dropped everything to do something he believed was the most important. Well, how about you? Maybe you'll get to 10,000 subscribers and then you'll make that decision to spend more time with your aging parents. Maybe you need that one more client and then you'll take a month off with your partner. He did it. So can you. Do this, will you? Go back to why you started what you're doing right now in the first place. What was, as Simon Sinek asks, your big why? Don't lose sight of that. I know I lost it for a while. I assume most people do at some point. Forgetting why you're creating is really easy to do when you're in the middle of the journey. Take today to remind yourself why you're creating all that content. Why are you sending all those emails? Why are you teaching and learning almost every minute of every day? Maybe you're okay, but odds are something is off. Be John Lennon. This is Joe Polizzi. Remember, success in content comes from consistency, creativity, and community. Keep creating, keep connecting, and we'll see you next Monday. Stay inspired.